Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, greetings. Guys, what a year. What a year it's been. It's been a year. So this is the video where I finally get to talk about why I seem to just dropped off the face of the earth. Just stopped YouTube, stopped the video, stopped everything. And it was for good reason. So as the video title implies, I'm talking about why I've been gone and a little bit about where we're going in the future. So let's get to it. But first, a couple things that I want to talk about. Atlas Lions, Morocco, congratulations, man. That was just the best. Massive kudos out to the Lions for their absolute amazing time in the World Cup. I don't even really know how to say all that. I'm not very poetic when it comes to things like that. But nevertheless, good job, Atlas Lions. It was a it was a pleasure, real treat watching you guys, following you all on social media and all the things and the excitement that was just, Morocco was just on fire with positive energy, and it was just excitement and pride, and it was great. And man, it was awesome, and can't wait to see you guys in the next time, because you are going to make it to the top because you deserve it. Second, I want to give a big thank you to everyone during this past year who has reached out to me in one way or the other, whether it be emails, texts, social media messages. The YouTube comments have been really great. And over this past year, it's been very much welcomed, and it helped more than you know. It meant more than you know. And I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate everyone who's kept in touch with me and reached out to me. Whether they're from, Morocco or from here in the United States. There are some people here who didn't just kind of leave me hanging, and I appreciate you very much. Much love and appreciation to each and every one of you. Okay, so why I've been gone. I've been home taking care of my mother. Back last November, I received a message that we have found out that late last November of 2021, I received a message that they found out that my mom was indeed at stage 4 cancer, and had been for a while. 2 years, as a matter of fact. She dealt with cancer for a long time. This time it was terminal. Of course, I dropped everything. This is the most important thing now in my life, was to come back and be there for the one person who has unconditionally been there for me all my life, with every up and down, every setback, every milestone reached. She's been there, and she's encouraged me in a very consistent manner all of my life, and she's always supported me and been my biggest fan. And there was no way I could not be here for her when she needed that back from me the most. I spent the next 6 months with her. She did really well. She was going out to do her aquatic water therapy thing that was really helping her out. She would still go to lunch with her friends, having a good time. Sometimes we would go out and just go do something. She'd be like, "Terry, get me out of the house." Wheel her out to the car, put her in there, and we'd go, and we'd just have a nice day of it. I took a trip to Morocco on business. Was gone for a month, and by the time I come back, she'd taken a turn for the worse. Pretty sharp turn. And then over the summer, we just watched her decline and decline physically. It was just it was really difficult to watch, and the more she declined, the more attention she needed, of course, and it was just a really tough time. And to throw my own complaint in there, in the middle of the summer, I had a hernia surgery and had to deal with all of that. So there was about an 8-week period in late summer into early fall where I was just absolutely just down for the count in my emotions and my thoughts because my mother was passing away. I'm recovering from a surgery that at the time I didn't feel like I was ever going to recover from, because wow, that's brutal. Hernia surgeries when it's right down here in your lower abdomen, that is no joke. And so around late September, it was becoming pretty apparent that this was the end. Old colleagues, former colleagues, I won't call them old, former colleagues, lifelong friends, family, things, people like that, they were starting to come around to say their final goodbyes. Just to see her, maybe not to say final goodbye, but it was pretty much known that this was the last time that a lot of these people were going to ever see her again. And I try to put that on, put myself in her position with that, to know that every time she's getting these visitors, and she knows that this is closure, these are goodbyes, final goodbyes, with people she's known for decades, and most of her life. And then on top of that, you know, having to make the executive decision to go on hospice, which, you know, that's an organization that's here that's literally just made, its whole purpose is to make you comfortable until you pass away. And so you have all these things going on, and not to mention all the pain that comes from the cancer that was just eating her up. It was, you know, the bone cancer that was just completely, I would say her bones were 70% deteriorated. And this cancer had metastasized from the bone to the tissue and to the organs, and there was really no place untouched by this horrible, sucky disease. And she never wavered with her smile and her good sense of humor. Cancer overcame her body, but cancer never defeated her. Not even on her last day. Not even on her last day did it defeat her. She smiled, and I remember her last day of being able to speak, she smiled and told her brother, "I love you too." You know, and she chose happiness until the very end. And of all the things that she could have taught us, was to choose happiness. And on October 13th, sometime in the evening, she passed away peacefully in her bed. And all I can say is that I'm really glad that I was able to be here. I was privileged and honored to have the time to take care of my mother and to try to pay back at least some of the support and love that she's given me all my life. It is kind of a relief to see her gone because of the pain that she was in. She suffered so much. She did. And she suffered for a long time. So that's it in a nutshell. That's why I've been gone, is because this took absolute priority in my life. But as they say, life goes on. The show must go on. And the other part of this title is where I'm going from here, or something to that. As many of you know that have followed the channel for at least a year now, know that my good friend Omar, my brother from another mother, he quit his job, and we decided we were going to start up a company. One, to help me get my carte séjour in Morocco, and two, because he wanted to take on something that gave his, you know, you want to work, you want to have a job that has purpose and meaning, instead of always just going to a job and helping someone else build their dream. He wanted to start working on his own. And while the past year has not really taken off the way we had hoped or expected, a lot of that is first year learning curve, and it is what it is. but I will give him mad props, itubalik, because you know, you kept this going, and you buckled down, and you really have learned a lot about this craft of printing. You know, it's a print on demand. So I guess let me tell you, the name of the company is American, and some nice big letters there for you across the screen. Basically what we do is we print designs on whatever you want: bags, t-shirts, caps, hoodies, cups, plates. And when I return, there's going to be a photography side to this, where we're going to be able to print photos on all kinds of things. So it's going to be a hodgepodge of things that you can print. I have the links down below. Omar has, man, he's pretty good, because he's like, yeah, go ahead and put my personal phone number down there so I can be more interactive. I'm like, okay. So you're going to have Instagram, Facebook links, an email address, and Omar's phone number. So we'll probably lose Omar forever, because he's going to lock himself in a room and answer phone calls, hopefully, for the time being. So yeah, it's a small company. It's getting started. It's on the up and up, and we would love to build that business relationship with you and help you meet all of your design needs and home decor needs. So there's a little bit about where we're going. I'm really excited about it. Things are looking up, and I can't wait to get back and really jump in with both feet and help him see through what we've started, and get this thing flying off in the air. So again, thank you, Omar, for sticking with it and making sure that this is not something that died off while I was gone. You really have shown that this is something that you want, and I appreciate your passion for it. Vodka, enough. Okay. So really, I guess, to get back to why I was gone, because I really want to end this video making it about my mom. Again, she never let it defeat her. It overcame her body, and it took her body, but it never defeated her spirit. Cancer never defeated her. So she always lived life by example. She always lived life in a way for us just to watch and just see how things are going. She didn't lecture a lot. So things like, choosing happiness, she would just do it. Things like generosity, benevolence. These are things that she just did throughout our life, that she showed us through example of how to treat people and how to live our lives to be the best version of ourselves and to be the change that we want to see in the world. And then she would put that lifestyle with words of advice like, you could seize the moment and seize the day, but take your time doing it, because it's about the journey. Never discount the journey, because there's so much in that. So much about trusting that process. It's so much about that journey. And so these are things that I will take with me for the rest of my life, things that were imparted to my kids, things that were that'll stick with me forever, just to say that. So I just want to say thank you, Mom, for always being there for me. Thank you for the shining examples of how to be the best version of myself, to be the best version in someone else's life, whomever that may be. Thank you for always being there for me. I love you, and I'm going to miss you, and I'll miss you more and more as the years pass. She wanted her ashes spread in Sedona, Arizona. She used to frequent that a lot. Her and my stepdad would go. It held a special place for her in her heart. And so there's where she wanted her ashes, her remains, to be forever, is in the Sedona, Arizona area. So we went and we did that. We carried out her last wishes. Very moving time for all of us who were able to attend that. And of course I got some photos, because I want to share with you a little bit of this beauty that's in Sedona, and the reason why she wanted this place to be her last place to be remembered was in Sedona, Arizona. All right, guys. So that wraps up the video. Not really sure about what's going on with the YouTube channel just yet. I do know that things will be more consistent starting in January of 2023, or at least by mid-February of at least by mid-January of 2023. Things will start getting a little bit more consistent on the channel. We've got a lot coming down the line. We've got the business promotions we're going to be doing. We have adventures that we want to go on. We have all these things that we have going on in our mind. Nothing in concrete, but the ideas are pretty much there. So this channel is still very much alive. It's just been in a very dormant state for a while, and starting to come out of hibernation. Thank you all so much for everyone who has stuck around, who's not unclicked that subscribe button. You guys are very much appreciated. I love you all. So yeah, there's that. Here's some photos of Sedona, Arizona, and a little send-off to my mother. And so that's that. Anakam Brikam Bazef, guys, and I will see you on the next one sometime in 2023.